scholars at that during these days met him in the Hajj season and listened to him. During that time, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal, he met him and started listening to him. And now the personality of Imam Shafi'i started to raise. So he's a person that not following totally fiqh Ahl al-Madinah, not totally fiqh Ahl al-Iraq, but it's a mixture between them, and add to it the essence of the mentality of Imam Shafi'i, who has the knowledge of the Quran, the knowledge of the Hadith, the knowledge of the fiqh. He said about himself, about the Quran, he said, I studied, especially after he learned Hudayl language. He said, I went through the Quran and I understood every single word in the Quran except one word, دساه قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساه. I didn't understand this word. I cannot find it. This is what he's saying, which shows you that even when it comes to the understanding of the Quran, he was a mufassir. He's one who understood fully the Holy Quran, and he understand every single word in this holy book. So he stayed in Mecca about 9 years, and during that he started, as I said earlier, to establish ilm usul al-fiqh. Then he went back to Baghdad in year 195. And now he has a new way of fiqh. A new way which is totally different from Madrasat al-Imam Malik, totally different from Madrasat Muhammad ibn al-Hasan or Ahl al-Ray. And he's, as I said earlier, he's talking about al-kulliyat, about the general rules, how we can establish it and how we can refer any matter to it. So when the people and the students of knowledge at that time, they saw this is new, this is something absolutely new knowledge to them, then you'll find the people from everywhere, they started to come and listen and understand from Al-Imam Shafi'i. And at that time he started the book which is Ilm Usul Fiqh, the first book in Ilm Usul Fiqh, which is called Al-Risala. And in one of the narrations that Abdul Rahman ibn Mahdi, he was the one who asked him to write a book that where you'll talk about Shara'it al-Istidlal, how we can use the proof and how we use the Quran, Sunnah, Ijma', Al-Qiyas, and all these things. So Imam Shafi'i, he put that book and sent it to Abdul Rahman ibn Mahdi. And Abdul Rahman ibn Mahdi, when he read that book, he said, ما أظن أن الله عز وجل خلق مثل هذا الرجل. He said, I don't think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created a man like this man. So, because the way that he put that book. Now, this book, Al-Risala, which we inshallah will talk about it and other matters in the next lecture, inshallah. He started it in Baghdad. Then when he went to Egypt, he made a lot of modifications on it. So the final edition, we can say, was the one which is he did in Egypt at that time. Now, after he stayed in Baghdad for a few years, then there was a fitna started in Baghdad. And the fitna was because of Al-Ma'mun. Al-Ma'mun, he was the Khalifa at that time, and Al-Ma'mun, he liked the way of Al-Mu'tazila. Al-Mu'tazila, yarhamkallah. Al-Mu'tazila, a school of thought, not in fiqh, in ilm al-kalam. And when I'm talking about this, Al-Imam Syafi'i, rahimahullah, he hates something called ilm al-kalam. So ilm al-kalam is to do with philosophy and talking about Allah, and there is a lot of matters they discussing it. And he said, once they asked him about it, he said, brothers, ask me about something. If I made a mistake, they will say, أخطأت, you made a mistake. Don't discuss with me something. If I made a mistake, they will say, كفرت. Because in ilm al-kalam, if you say something and it is wrong, because you are talking about Allah, then you might say something wrong and this will lead you to kufr wal iyadu billah. So he hates at all the types of ilm al-kalam, and he doesn't want to listen to them and talk to them and all of these things. So al-Mu'tazila, it was madrasa min madaris ilm al-kalam. And they are famous with a few things. But one of the few things that, unfortunately, they are famous with, they said, Al-Quran makhluq. Al-Quran makhluq. That it's created. Why? It is words of Allah. It comes from Allah. So, because it comes from Allah, then it is created. But Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah saying, no, Al-Quran, Kalamullah, and Kalamullah is part of Him, so we cannot say that Allah created something to do with Him. So it doesn't make sense. And there was debates on this. Imam Shafi'i wasn't part of it. So Al-Ma'mun, he likes this, so he brought next to him now his consultants in this type of knowledge became Al-Mu'tazila. And he'd like to influence or force the scholars at that time to adopt what he is saying and what these Mu'tazila say. So, and they used to, what's the imtihan, a test. So they will bring the scholar. What do you say? Kalamullah makhluq or ghair makhluq? So some of them been asked and they tried to go around it. Some of them they were blunt, they said no. And some of them they cannot bear the punishment and all of these things. They said, okay, makhluq, makhluq. Yeah. What shall they do? So Imam Syafi'i, when he noticed that Al-Ma'mun started to do this, he said, okay, I don't want to stay in Baghdad, so I stay away from this fitna, so he moved to Egypt. While we know Al-Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahimahullah, he stood fast in this, which is, inshallah, when we talk about him, we'll talk about this fitna, about this mahna. And he, because of his solid and sharp position in this, all the scholars there saying that it saved Aqidat Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah from the destruction, because Imam Ahmad, rahimahullah, stood to that. So Imam Shafi'i moved to Egypt, and when he moved to Egypt, he stayed there for few years. So he moved 199 and he passed away in 2004. And he has many students at that time. And one of the most important students, Rabi' bin Sulaiman. And they asked him once, how you left Egypt? He said, I left them. Some of them, they are adopting what Malik saying, and some of them, they are adopting Imam Abu Hanifa. Then, when Imam Shafi'i came to Egypt, then many of the people at that time, they followed Al-Imam al-Shafi'i. So when he went there, he went to his uncles. He has some uncles from Al-Azd, so he stayed with them, and they used to spend on him because during his life, he wasn't rich at all, and he said he was bankrupt 3 times in his life. Yeah. And once he has to sell the gold and these things of his daughters just to pay some of the debts. When he went there in Egypt, subhanallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with the people. He was started in the masjid of Amr al-As at that time, and he spread the knowledge, and you'll find from the early morning until the evening, Imam Shafi'i teaching until he passed away in the year 205, rahmahullah ta'ala. Imam Shafi'i was famous with many things, and one of them called al-firasa. Al-firasa means that when he look at the person, he can guess what this person doing. And there's many stories about this. One of them that he was with another person, and a man passed. Then the one who was with him, he asked him, "What do you think?" He said, "Why, this is strange. Either he's a tailor or carpenter." Then they went to the person. He said to him, "What are you doing?" He said, "I was a tailor, and now I am a carpenter." So just the way he was walking, he can judge that. And even he was in the masjid in Egypt, and someone came in, and he started to look at the people. And Imam Shafi'i said to Rabia, his student, "Go to him," and he said, "The one you are looking for him is in the prison." So he said, "How do you know that?" He said, "I noticed that this person, he's using a light to look. So this means that he's looking for someone, he's black, not white. And he used to look at the left eye. This means that he was one eye sighted. And the way he was looking at it, I noticed that he might be a thief or something. And the thief will be in the prison." So, and then the person, he went and find the one he was looking about him in the prison. Inshallah, next week, inshallah, we'll talk about the manhaj of Imam Shafi'i and his students, and the impact of the Madrasa Shafi'iyya in the Islamic history. Jazakumullah khair for listening. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.